Christian, Chargers, Patriots.
Oh, did he?
Oh, he's frozen.
No.
And welcome back to Rough Draft Research, everybody. We're going into Week 8. We're talking Packers, Cardinals, which just happened. It's Friday. We're going to talk a little trade deadline news. We're going to get into our matchup. The Bills are back. The Vikings are back. Bye week hell is over. So let's get into it.
Woo!
Let's kick it over to Christian. Let's talk trade deadline, which is November 7th. So 2nd. So that's Tuesday? So let's go.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So we got a few people we could look at. The NFL is usually pretty quiet around the trade deadline, maybe one or two moves. We got a couple. Obviously, we didn't mention the Zach Ertz trade that happened. Or we might have mentioned it offhand, but we got to talk about that.
It was like at the end of the episode. So if you made it till the end, you heard.
I was a safety net on that one.
Yeah, nice job.
Fair
Victory.
enough.
It's a gold star for Daniel.
Yeah, so Zach Ertz, he played last night, didn't score, but he scored week 1, and Kyler's definitely looking for him, so that's a guy to look out for. Mark Ingram traded back to the Saints this week.
Ooh.
Just interesting that they couldn't pay Latavius Murray and then had to trade for Mark Ingram, but you got that dynamic duo back together again, though, so that'll be fun to watch, hopefully.
That was a missing piece.
Yeah.
Just hopefully you don't run into Minnesota in the playoffs, bro.
Jeez. Thing I found interesting there was how was he not available for Baltimore?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Why didn't he
Well,
just
that'd be pretty
transition?
embarrassing to let him walk and then trade for him that year. At least the Saints had like a 2-year buffer.
Baby, come back.
Speaking of guys who have been on the move a lot, Desean Jackson and the Rams have agreed to mutually seek a trade. It's pretty interesting. I mean, they've been using him a little bit, about as much as anybody else is going to use him, but apparently he doesn't like winning or having a chance to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So. Well, that's like the first thing I thought. I was like, what's the better situation you're going to go to?
Yeah.
Kansas City, maybe. Who knows?
Oh, shit, maybe.
Kansas City needs somebody. But speaking of who Kansas City should go out and get, how about Allen Robinson?
Oh, that would be amazing.
I mean, let's talk about Robinson. He signed the franchise tag. He's not getting used in this offense. The Bears are cratering. This might be a chance for him to get on a new team and get that contract situation figured out already.
Yeah.
And I like Kansas City as a team to do that. The other teams I thought maybe could use him, the Packers, the Lions, they're not going to do that because it's in the NFC North. But, yeah, I mean, the Chiefs would be a good spot.
The Saints?
The Saints would be a good spot. Send Michael Thomas up there.
Yeah, man.
Figure that out.
The Eagles.
Oh, yeah, the Eagles
would
too.
be good.
Yeah.
I've really,
Always need receivers.
I'm just saying, man, the Eagles, they're like a receiver away from being amazing.
Yeah, from being 500.
No spoilers, I guess. But the Lions are begging for somebody, but that would never happen.
Never.
Yeah. Well, somebody that the Lions might be able to get who I haven't seen his in the rumor sphere a lot, but Jamison Crowder with the emergence of Elijah Moore, I think could be on the move, and that would be a decent little piece for the Lions.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And
Had a
then
doggy sneak in.
another receiver that I was thinking about who showed pretty clear disdain for where he's at is Brandin Cooks.
No.
I know he said he didn't want to be traded, but when they traded Mark Ingram, he just tweeted, "This is fucking bullshit."
No, disgruntled. Hey, man, get him out of there. Nico time, baby. Let's go.
My goodness.
So those are some receiver names to watch. I got a couple. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think he probably fits Kansas City really well.
I think he fits a lot of teams. That's another one the Packers could go out and get if MVS is kind of on the shelf still. We need that deep
that'd
threat.
be nice. Well, you just lost Bob Tonyan, so
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, we can get into some tight ends in a minute.
Okay, all right.
But 2 running backs. I mean, obviously, we don't need to spend a lot of time on Marlon Mack because we've been talking about it for a while now. But he's still on the trade block. I assume if any of these guys gets moved, I would assume it would be Marlon Mack. Like if I had to bet.
yeah.
There's just too many teams that could use a decent running back, and one of them isn't the Colts.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I could see him going. I also think Melvin Gordon could be a name to watch. I could see Melvin Gordon going over to Baltimore.
No, wow.
Ooh.
Ooh, daddy.
You know what I mean? I mean, Javante's starting to come along. I mean, he's not being amazing, but he looks good. Send out the old man. Get a pick back.
Yeah,
Ooh.
man. I like that a lot. I didn't even consider that.
That's sexy, dude. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
even...
dude. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe they're just not interested in making the Chiefs better, but they could use a running back.
Yeah, they could use a running back too. Marlon Mack.
The Eagles could use a running back right now.
No way. They don't need a running back. I mean, CEH got to be coming back from IR pretty soon, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you could use a Marlon Mack to kind of.
Oh, yeah.
I think
That'd be
Maybe
incredible.
not Gordon, but yeah, Marlon Mack would be nice.
Damn, that Melvin Gordon to the Ravens had me hot.
Yeah,
I think
man.
that would make a lot of sense for both sides because I mean you don't need Gordon and Williams. You're not winning this year. I mean you can try obviously and you should, but I mean they're not making the playoffs probably.
Yeah, dude, and take a pick. Why
Yeah,
not?
go get a 5th rounder for Melvin Gordon or something. On to tight ends though. The emergence of Kyle Pitts, maybe making Hayden Hurst an interesting name to move.
Hey,
Unless I'm
first round draft pick, man.
First round pick, Hayden Hurst.
Dude, if he went somewhere, I need to pick him up because I'll be so upset if I miss out
he
on
just
that.
crushes it. And then Evan Ingram has been floated around, which I think he needs a change as their scenery bad.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, like you said earlier, with Big Bob Tonyan going down last night against the Cardinals, out for
bro.
the year with an ACL tear.
Hayden Hurst of the Packers. Let's go.
It'd be interesting. I mean, Josiah DeGuara got targeted 4 times after Robert Tonyan went down.
Yeah, I saw that.
But you could also make the case that he was pissing Aaron Rodgers off with never having any idea where he's supposed to be on the line of scrimmage and costing them a delay of game at one point.
and 2 timeouts.
Yeah. So, but I mean, you can fix that with. It seemed like he was overwhelmed, but when he got the ball in his hands, he looked good.
Yeah, man.
So we'll see if they want to just ride it out with DeGuara and maybe sign somebody off the street. But the Packers carry more tight ends on their roster than almost anybody. They have 5 on their active roster. So they're going to get somebody. It just depends if it's a street guy or maybe Hurst or Ingram.
Yeah, man, for sure. And then I guess you got any more?
No, those were the kind of names that I flared up for me. I mean, there's some like defensive guys, but we're a fantasy podcast. We can talk about those defensive guys if they happen.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And just briefly, we'll just mention Deshaun Watson. I don't think anything's going to happen there.
No.
But if it does, it'll be
Miami.
But yeah, dude, that's awesome. We got any takes from you, Mr.
Yeah,
Daniel?
that was kind of why I had a glitch in the system.
Oh.
Back
Oh,
now.
shit.
No, I don't have any major takes. I definitely am with you on the Marlon Mack situation. It sounds like, send him to Miami, right?
Damn, dude. Yeah.
Get a real
That'd be a good
run
one,
back
too.
in Miami. But I hope that, I really, really hope that some of these veteran guys get a nice, productive spot to land in, like your Allen Robinsons, your Brandin Cooks, even your Jamison Crowders, get to Kansas City, get to play with the Packers, like a couple dream landing spots right there for the taking.
I mean, shit, the Colts could probably use a receiver right now,
Oh my
too.
God,
Yeah.
the Colts really need a receiver. Yeah, Arizona's going to need to replace AJ Green. There's a lot going on.
Damn, man. I mean, what would you think of Allen Robinson in Indy?
Oh, that would be sick.
Yeah.
I
That'd
think
be
that's
disgusting.
where we had him going, or at least we talked about him going before he signed his franchise tag.
Right.
Oh man, yeah, I listened to that podcast a couple of weeks ago. It was pretty fun. It was a lot of fun.
Nice. Hell yeah, man.
I think I'd had Zach Ertz going to the Cardinals in that, but
Oh, did you?
Ooh.
call me crazy.
Shit. Well, let's get into these matchups. I think I'm going to start it. Wearing that Stephon Diggs Bills jersey.
Are we just gonna gloss over the Packers Cardinals game?
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right,
Hey,
No,
how does it feel?
dude. Oh,
How-
can we have a moment of silence for Kylan Hill's ACL and Bob
That
Tonyan?
sucks. Yeah, both those are rough.
Oh man, super rough. But yeah, like, take it away, man.
Oh, I mean, it's a great win. It's one that we kind of stole that we ought probably not to have won, given all the injuries and stuff. I don't know. We don't actually have to talk about it, but like,
I was going to ask how you felt about that victory as a Packers fan, because it looked like Kyler Mahomes out there, man. Like Rondell Moore looked like, I mean, between the finger punt deal, that was crazy. Hi, Tessa. I've been calling her out. She's a licker tonight, but yeah. Oh, nice. She is a member of the podcast now. I love it. But I think if he knew his finger touched the ball, right? Like you got to go after that.
After that, yeah, it didn't make sense.
And then he had the interception off his fingertips. I was like, Kyler Mahomes, there he goes.
Yeah,
And then that last play was ridiculous. So it's like, damn, you can't go 8-0 when you got players fucking you over like that.
Yeah, I mean, we got some help, but the defense looked awesome in the first half.
I thought both ways the defense was incredible. Like,
they looked
fucking
great.
real good. I mean, it helps when your star wide receiver's not on the field. It makes any other defense look great.
That is fair. But yeah, rough night for rookie wide receivers. Amari Rodgers got pulled probably around the third quarter. Didn't see the field anymore.
Yeah, and Randall Cobb was like, "Hold my ball, bro." Jesus.
Yeah, man, he got a flex start. Late week pickup.
Amari, though, he looked all right when he wasn't dropping the ball. But
He looked like
when
a
he actually had a
DB.
ball,
He looked like his job was to slap the ball away.
well, he had that one running play that he ran for 15 yards and had a really strong run.
That was good.
And then I want to push back. Troy Aikman is so fucking quarterback. What's the word I'm looking for? Whatever. He just gives to the quarterback so much more. Like that throw that Aaron made to Amari on the screen and like the 10-yard line or whatever. And Troy Aikman's bitching out Amari Rodgers. He's like, he should have ran it here. And Aaron was expecting him to run it here. So he threw it short. And it's like, okay, fair enough. But he wasn't there. So you don't throw the ball where the guy's supposed to be if you see that he's not there. Like, it was still a bad throw. I don't know.
Troy, put the glass down. Put the bottle down, Troy.
And then that was right after that. You never saw Amari Rodgers again. And it was just like, oh, man, he goes out on that.
Oof.
But, good win. I don't know how they keep pulling it off without Devontae. It's 7-0 now without him. So that's pretty wild.
Yeah. I got to say, if we're talking announcers, Joe Buck just blows my mind every year. Like, he's doing both the World Series games on Tuesday, Wednesday, did the last night's game, and he's back at it in Atlanta doing the World Series tonight. I'm like, how does that guy, how does he just keep going, man?
There's two of them, man.
Two Joes.
Yeah, he's a lizard person. He split off and made two of them.
Tell me about the Bills and the Dolphins. Though.
Yeah, bro. Let's get into it. Bills, Dolphins, man. Wearing the Diggs jersey. Glad to have him back on my fantasy team. I was hoping to wear my Brandin Ayuk jersey today, but
you burned it for warmth.
Yeah, I wiped my ass with it and fucking threw it in the street.
Oh my god.
Yeah, on the block. Anyway, I don't think there's much to say here. These two teams played already once. The end result was 35-0. Tua was knocked out of the game in the first quarter, so I imagine this game will be a little more competitive. So, Tua revenge game, question mark?
No.
No. I do expect it to be a little more competitive. The last time they linked up, Singletary busted out for 89 yards.
Yeah.
But like I said, hopefully Miami will, keep the goose egg off the scoreboard, and the Bills will be forced to pass it a little bit. The Miami defense has given up the second most passing yards in the NFL, as well as fourth most passing touchdowns, and they're second in points against. And we all know how explosive the Bills' offense is going to be. So I think you can expect them to kind of come out hot and then probably try to control the game after that, unless, of course, Miami somehow makes it competitive. But with the Bills' defense, they've allowed at least the least amount of first downs in the NFL. 93, and the Pittsburgh's in second with 114. So it's going to be a rough day for Miami fans, I would expect, unless there's some sort of miracle. But I don't think anything needs to be said besides the fact that the Bills' defense is one of the best, and Miami starting to trend up a little bit, but I don't see it this game.
Yeah, this will not be the day to be a Dolphin.
No.
Yeah.
On land or by sea.
Can we talk about Gesicki, though? Just absolutely crushing it this year, tight end 3.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he's smoking.
It's kind of crazy, these tight ends. It's like you just got to wait. You just got to let them bake in the oven.
I don't know. Yeah, Kyle Pitts, he just needed 2
that's
weeks.
true. All right, yeah.
No, I'm just playing.
Still waiting on Hayden Hurst, by the way.
It's not consistent. It's hard to, because being a good tight end so often is a product of having an offense devoid of weapons,
Yeah.
Like we've seen it with Kittle. We've seen it with Hawkinson, Gesicki. I don't know. The list goes on. You guys know the list of tight ends that are pretty good. But you get them on a team where there's a bunch of ballers and they're an afterthought. And it's just Waddle and Gesicki, man. And I would start both those guys even against this Bills team.
Yeah, I mean, you got to.
Exactly. Yeah. It's going to be pretty.
Pull Gaskins, though.
Yeah, 100%.
He sucks at football. Sucks at football.
Yeah.
Sucks,
but yeah, I don't think there's much to be said.
No.
Beyond that, unless you got another take, Christian.
No.
I mean,
let's going to win.
Oh, 100%. Go Diggs. Let's get a Diggs touchdown. But let's move it back over to you, man. Let's go Titans Colts.
Well, the last time I said the Bills were going to win, I was super confident about it. And they played the Titans, who are on a roll after beating the Bills. Then they crushed the Chiefs with their pretty impressive performance. Mostly impressed with the defense, though, more so than the offense. Because, I mean, everybody can move the ball on the Chiefs' defense. But they kind of stymied the Chiefs' offense there. They had 257 pass yards and 77 rush yards, and they only had 3 points.
Wow.
It's pretty good. But it was graded out as the Chiefs' worst showing for PFF all year, probably in a while. Pretty low grades across the board. The Titans are rolling, though. They're putting up over 300 yards on the ground in their last 2 games. Sorry. The Colts did that, not the Titans. The Titans probably did too, but I'm saying the Colts are rolling. They put up over 300 yards on the ground in their last 2 games. Well, let's not forget, they were beating the Ravens, and then they let that game get away from them. Now they've won 2 in a row. They were also beating the Titans earlier this year when Carson Wentz was playing on 2 broke ankles back in week 3. And
#Frankles.
ultimately lost that game. So I expect this to be a pretty good game. I actually kind of think the Colts are going to win this game. I think they need it more than the Titans. And I don't know that you're going to be stopping Jonathan Taylor right now.
Yeah.
Don't even try.
I mean, you're not stopping Derrick Henry on the other side either, but I don't know. I like the Colts in this game at home.
Yeah, why wouldn't you, man? I mean, Carson Wentz is getting more and more comfortable.
Yeah.
He's coming into his own.
He did have a pretty bad week last week. He'll have to play better. He had 3 turnover-worthy plays, which he's only had 4 all year, and 3 of them came last week. But they won the game. So, but I'm with you. I think he is getting more comfortable. Michael Pittman's becoming a star.
Absolutely.
Like we said, if they add another weapon to that offense, that would be glorious for Wentz. So, yeah, I like this team. And I like this game. I think it's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. Mo Alley Cox time, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
But
Christian had one
fine.
last point.
I was ready. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just going to say Derrick Henry is going to do Derrick Henry things and Julio Jones is out. I was just going to add that onto the end.
Right on.
Aw, shit, dog.
So it didn't matter.
So let's go into a battle of
Yeah, I was
weak teams.
I was gonna play off it like this should be a great game. Both these teams have a lot of momentum, and be like, well, the 2-5 Eagles and the 0-7 Lions will be playing, so that's pretty exciting. I'd rather play with Tessa and roll around in the grass. No, I'm actually pretty excited to watch this game. Miles Sanders is out, so you have to wonder what that means for Jalen Hurts, because he's leading the team in rush attempts, rushing yards, and rushing touchdowns. So he is the bell cow running back, apparently, who's also throwing the ball. So if you add in a passing defense for Detroit that's allowing the 8th most passing yards, then you could have a really great day for Jalen Hurts. That is, if Jalen Hurts is indeed the quarterback on Sunday, right? Yeah. I heard
All the rumors.
Gardner Minshew might be available to start and play that game just to see how Nick Sirianni does.
Oh, yeah.
Separate the coach from the QB.
Typical Eagles fashion. They're not playing well, so let's blame the quarterback. Just like last year was all Carson Wentz's fault, right? It's all Jalen Hurts' fault. Come on.
Yeah, where's Nick Foles at when you need him?
Right? Sign him back. Dude, fuck the Eagles, man.
So, yeah, I definitely don't trust anything that I'm hearing out of them. I really do think that Hurts is about to have a pretty monster game, though. But you got to think about a few other things besides just Jalen Hurts running the ball, throwing the ball, and scoring a million touchdowns. And that's that the Lions, they've given up 6 rushing touchdowns this year. That's not too bad. But the Lions have also given up 6 receiving touchdowns to running backs. So what up, man?
Time.
Your Gainwell time has arrived. And now I want you to remember that the 4th round is the new 3rd round for running backs. So we got a solid guy coming out of Memphis, ready to beat some shit up. And Dallas Goedert is obviously on fire ever since Zach Ertz, man. Hold my luggage. Finally out of town. There was way too much tight end for this offense, and now they got it streamlined.
Perfect. So does that make 6 the new 3rd if we're talking Elijah Mitchell, Trey Sermon?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. That's hilarious. That's right. Oh, good old Trey Sermon. You know it.
I don't have a lot of hot fantasy takes for this game. Play your studs. DeAndre Swift, Jalen Hurts, Kenny Gainwell, Devonta Smith. I think they're all going to have good games. My only hot take for this game is that I think the Lions are going to get their first win.
Okay, yeah.
I think this is the spot for them to do it. The Eagles, all that turmoil, Jalen Hurts is hearing all that. He's not avoiding it. And I'm not saying that he's going to crack under pressure or anything, but the Eagles just seem kind of broken. Whereas, say what you want to say about the Lions, they're not a good team, but they're united. They play together. They play really hard under Dan Campbell. And I just think this is the one that they're going to steal.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. Philadelphia is allowing the 4th most rushing yards. So, the Williams-Swift split is going to look pretty good. And, Swift before last night was the RB2, and he's actually leading running backs in receiving yards on the year.
Wow.
So,
Nice.
Yeah, man. You heard it here first, by the way. Christian's saying Gardner Minshew is going to start week 9.
Nice. But with Swift leading, the team and running backs in receiving yards, it's still the 50th most receiving yards out of the NFL.
Yeah.
So to have your best receiver be 50th that means that means that someone needs to step up. Hawkinson isn't too far behind him, but Goff needs a big game, and I think this could be the one to let it happen. So I don't know. Man. The Lions are 26th in putting up yards per game, so it's like you're not going to win a game if you can't move the ball. So we'll see if they can figure it out.
Damn. Well, there you go. I think we're going to move on to the AFC North then, and I'm going to take this one. The Steelers at the Browns going to Cleveland. This is going to be a boring game, I think. We got Baker Mayfield coming back with that injury to his labrum and shoulder. I think the biggest question here, we got Nick Chubb coming back, is do you guys see any world where Dearness Johnson gets some sort of timeshare here?
I do.
I mean, no Kareem Hunt.
I don't think they want to rush Chubb back, to be honest. So why not give him like a 50 to 60% carry load instead of just running him into the ground?
Yeah, especially against the Steelers defense. I mean, we'll have to see. We can revisit this because I'm talking defense. So the Cleveland defense is 6th in air yards allowed, 874. And if you add a game in 200 yards, they become a top 3 in that category. And so I think that shuts down this whole Claypool talk. And if that doesn't get you, Big Ben can't throw. And he looks bad, man. I think you can see with Juju down, we can see maybe an increase in targets to Freiermuth, which we kind of saw last week. He went 7 for 7. Deontay got his 13 targets, but I think that's kind of standard at this point. Najee Harris gets 7 targets, and then Claypool did get 7 targets, but cut 2 of them. And I would blame that more on Roethlisberger than Claypool because he tried to throw a few touch passes, and it just did not look good. He did have that hamstring injury. He left, came back. I think it's going to be a Deontay quick pass, kind of like that offense they did last year, because I think they're going to have to, because that defensive line is pretty good, man. They are 3rd in sacks with 20 on the year. This defense is pretty good. 20th in passing. They're also 3rd in QB hurries and knockdowns. So good luck, Ben. I think this is going to be whoever can carry more weight on their bad shoulder kind of game.
Oof.
And I think the clock is ticking on Big Ben, and this is going to be rough. So that's why I want to loop back to why I think it might be a little bit of a timeshare, because I think Cleveland has a chance to kind of control this game by putting Big Ben in check. But what do you guys think?
Yeah, you're talking about like a sub 40 combined point total game here.
Yeah.
Kind of the Steelers' whole deal. I don't know, man. They've never had a problem vulturing TDs from Chubb. And I don't see, like, if he gets a big run, he's going to be watching the touchdown goes up on the scoreboard from the sideline, like pretty much like he always does. So
yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Yep. I feel you now. I've joined you in the Chubb team. Chubb, you better hope he gets the yards, because Kareem Hunt or Dearness Johnson or
he's gonna just take his touchdown unless he breaks like a 50-yard touchdown, which he does occasionally.
Yeah,
but
not a lot of red zone looks though.
Frustrating.
So yeah, get your Dearness out.
Yeah, I 100% think it'll be a timeshare, and I think this is going to be a smash mouth drag out game for sure. Both defenses are too good, but I'm with you. I think the Browns pull this out. I just don't think the Steelers are going to be able to move the ball.
At this point, it's in the Steelers' best interest not to win.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to give Big Ben another year. I guess.
Fair.
I mean, unless it's Haskins' time. You're gonna need a quarterback next year.
Yeah.
Well, unless Aaron Rodgers goes there.
Aaron Rodgers staying in Green Bay.
Man, that would be disgusting. Fucking Danny, dude. That'd make me so mad. I'm just kidding, Danny. We love you, man.
Maybe Minshew will make the move.
There you go.
Shit,
Hey,
maybe
he's right there. Like he wouldn't have to go too far.
I figured it'd just
Drive
be
across a bridge or something.
it'd be Hurts because Minshew's about to take that Eagles job, bro.
True that. Yeah, just like Claypool's a piece of garbage. AJ's hot takes.
I'm not saying he's a piece of garbage. I honestly just traded for him in a league. I don't think he's garbage. I think Big Ben's garbage and can't throw him the ball. And I don't think it will happen in this game because he's going to get hit a lot. And the whole game plan is going to be around a pump and dump kind of quick pass offense, and he's not going to have time to throw that Claypool route. That was my take.
I just think Claypool only needs 3 catches to be fantasy relevant. And yeah, I think he'll get them.
Yeah. All right, Christian. Take it away. Chargers at the Patriots.
Do it.
This is an interesting one. Well, I think it's going to be a blowout, actually. But there's some interesting things about it. The Chargers are one of the best teams in the league passing the ball and defending the pass. But they're one of the worst teams in the league at running and defending the run. They're 32nd in rush yards and 25th in rush yards allowed. So I think Damian Harris, maybe Ramondre Stevenson can get involved.
Whoa.
I think maybe the Patriots could kind of eat up the middle of the field. But I don't think the Patriots have much of a chance because they're kind of just middle of the road everywhere on defense, except pass rush, which they're 30th in the league against pass rush. And I think their stats are a little bit kind of overblown because they played the Dolphins, they played the Texans, they played the Saints, and the Jets twice. The Cowboys absolutely torched them. The only good offense, good consistent offense, because you could argue the Saints are good, but that they played well against was the Bucs. And that's like an outlier. I mean, yeah, the Bucs are one of the best offenses in the league, but you got the whole Brady thing. They could have been playing harder, yada, yada, yada. But all the other teams they played have kind of sucked. So I think the Chargers are just going to walk all over this Patriots defense. And I don't think Mac Jones is going to be able to keep up.
Yeah, man. Is Eckler going to play or what?
I don't know. I saw today they are hopeful that he can play, which that usually means no. Or even if he does, it's going to be like DeAndre Hopkins last night, like had one awesome play and then just
Fucked it up by face masking and
yeah. What was the point of that? But so yeah, it'll be an interesting game. But I mean, Eckler does help their offense run, so that would be a huge loss. But I'd still think Herbert's going to take it.
I mean, Larry Roundtree got it. Don't worry about it.
There you go.
That would make me so happy. I don't have a Roundtree jersey, but
Not yet.
I've been known to invest in players that are only fun for me and not fun for the NFL spectators because they don't get on the field. Hashtag Benjamin.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, man. I mean, also after that last week of being kind of embarrassed by the Ravens, you take, or 2 weeks ago, and then having the bye week, they got to come out hot.
Yeah.
You would think anyway.
it's Keenan Allen time, right?
It better be, man.
Man.
Been waiting all year, dog. I
Maybe-
traded Mike Williams in the offseason. Fuck me.
I mean, Mike Williams still going to do Mike Williams things, but
Yeah, you right.
anyway. Yeah, the Patriots got their 54-point game out of the way, so they can go back to
Right.
5 and 4-point games now.
Well, hopefully it'll be the Ramondre Larry Roundtree experience, man. How cool would that be?
That would be amazing.
RDR fucking jerk sash after that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, Ramondre was a healthy scratch last week, though.
I know, dude. Bummer.
So that's kind of weird.
Well, shit. We ready to move
Yeah,
on?
sorry, I didn't have much to say about that game. I just
Oh, it's all good,
about
man.
My boy Herbert.
Herbie.
Oh, yeah. Special herbs and spices.
Well, let's go on to
The Buccaneers, 6-1, playing the Saints, 4-2. And if I meant to bring electrical tape to get my war paint on, because this is a revenge game. You want to talk about revenge. So, Jameis Winston
Hell yeah.
Yeah, coming back, play the Bucs. Only got to do it twice a year, but this is the first round this time. So Winston and Brady have a couple things in common. They know the best way to score a touchdown is by throwing the ball to Mike Evans. So that's pretty cool. Oh wait, that's the wrong note. They both have 3 interceptions this year. So they're tied with a couple other quarterbacks for the 24th spot. So that's pretty good. That LASIK must have worked, but not really, because the Bucs have thrown the ball a few more times. We'll get into that. But on the defensive side of the ball, Tampa Bay has 10 interceptions, and the Saints only have 4. So we might be seeing Winston make up a little ground on the field in the interception department this week. But hey, it should be a pretty fun game for defense. We got 2 solid defenses in this game. The Saints are 3rd best in limiting yards and allowing the 2nd fewest points. Most of that can be attributed to stopping the run. Tampa Bay and New Orleans are number 1 and number 2, respectively, in stopping the rush. And there's only a difference of 13 yards. So they're both elite defenses in stopping the rush. We know for Tampa Bay, a lot of that is other teams playing catch up, right? Yeah. So they're going to have to throw it through the air. But on the New Orleans side of the ball, it's just a good-ass defense. So Tampa Bay is 26. Well, New Orleans is 26 in passing attempts. Nope. Son of a bitch. Tampa Bay is 26 against the pass, right? Because they allow a lot of shootouts to happen. What I meant to say was that New Orleans is actually 31st in number of attempts, so they're not really throwing the ball that much. That kind of weighs in on Jameis not throwing that many interceptions. The opportunities have been lower, but they're really going to have to move the ball a little bit to make something happen in this game. Last week, Callaway had 7 targets and Alvin Kamara had 11. He ended up with 128 receiving yards. So here we go. Tampa Bay has given up a little bit to the running back. They allowed that Myles Gaskin 10-catch game, and then Cordero Patterson in week 2, the game against the Bucs. That's what put him on the map.
Hell yeah! So he was on my bench, bro.
So we could see something crazy happen. If you think about the Tampa Bay defense, they kind of get a bad rap being 26th against the pass because they had the games against the Rams and the games against the Cowboys, right? So they're coming off of 2 games where they allowed under 200 passing yards. It's the Eagles and the Bears, so it's a little different. But I don't know, man. I think this is going to be a fun game to watch. I think we got ourselves a pretty good Chris Godwin game.
Oh.
I think Latimer is going to have his hands full with Mike Evans, and Mike Evans is going to have his hands full with Latimer. So
yeah, it's looking like Gronk's trending towards playing too.
Absolutely.
So count him up. Count him up for 2 touchdowns.
I think it kind of could be somewhat similar to what we saw last night as far as like a defensive sparring match. Which ultimately the Bucs are going to find a way to win. So
yeah. Hopefully not, but
that would be great. I would love it. I like Winston more than I like Tampa Bay. You heard it here first. And Alvin Kamara got to represent. Got Mark Ingram back in the game, so maybe that'll loosen up that elite rushing defense.
Yeah, you'd think he'd be able to slide in pretty quick too.
Oh, for sure.
He's got to still know the offense, right? Can't be
absolutely. I mean, I feel like if you're a running back. And there's a ball. Right. There's a hole right here. If the hole's there, run through it. If it's not there, bounce it around and do something. You know what it is. So it could mean that Kamara's elite status gets knocked down a little bit. We know he's seen some, Nick Chubb-esque touchdown vulturing.
Yeah.
Not only Taysom, but also from his fellow backfield
Fucking
mates.
Taysom.
I know, dude.
Taysom, dude.
But yeah, that's all. I mean, that's it for me.
Yeah, it should be an actual interesting game. I mean, I do think I'm one that likes to think the Saints aren't that great, but they're probably a little better than I give them credit for. And, rivalry games, division rivalries are always different and fun. So, yeah, this should be a fun game. But, again, just like one of the other ones, I don't really have a huge fantasy nugget in there anyway for you guys.
Oh, yeah.
What about Fournette?
Fuck Fournette. I don't want to talk about Leonard Fournette.
Ronald Jones?
Enough so.
No.
No, yeah, but he is going, like you said, the Saints' run defense is really good too. So I don't know. But he's been playing super well. You got to give him that. So, I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll try to break that defense.
Him and James Conner are the power of the college numbers, bro. I'm telling you. Chris, I just saw
James Conner gets 2 touchdowns off 2 carries.
He's the Rob Gronkowski of the running backs, dude.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, dude. And also, it seems like Antonio Brown might be out for a bit of time as well. So
good.
Turn on those Chris Godwins, bro.
What about Tyler Johnson, man? That's he's getting a little bit of what's up.
We'll see, man. I mean, also might be considering if you're not Christian, maybe throwing like a shitty pick or something for Antonio Brown towards the end of the season.
Yeah.
But
you
could do that.
Isn't that what you did?
If you're a piece of shit. So I'm going to move it on. We're going to talk Cowboys, Vikings. I like this matchup a lot. We're talking Sunday Night Football. About time the Vikings got a little Sunday night. Kirk Cousins.
Oh, that'd be good. The wind usually dies down after the sun goes down, so that'll help with the game-winning field goal attempts.
You son of a bitch, man. Yeah, we're going to talk the Dallas defense for a second, man. They're the 3rd toughest against the run as far as rushing yards given up with 517 on 121 attempts. So that is the lowest in the NFL, and there's a reason that's the lowest because their passing game is not that great. They're allowing over 1,700 yards and places them 11th most, but you look at them being giving up the 11th most, but you take away the bye week games, they've played one game less, and you add 300 yards, I mean, that puts them into the fucking 2nd place on that list, which could possibly see this week with Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson. They also, out of those 1,700 yards, 1,000 of them have been given up on yards after catch. They yak. So I'm thinking maybe what Dalvin Cook will lack in the running game could possibly pick up in that, the dump and pump game.
You say what he lack, he will yak?
What he lack, he will yak.
Okay.
Dalvin Cook, you heard it here first. I like that. I also think you can kind of expect Tyler Conklin to kind of have a few catches because he likes to live underneath that coverage. And then, of course, Justin Jefferson's going to eat. This might not be an Adam Thielen type of game, but I think we can expect a similar performance to like Week 4 DJ Moore, like 8 catches, over 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think we can expect a game like that from Justin Jefferson. Maybe not the 2 touchdowns. That's saying quite a bit. Then if we go over to the Minnesota defense, that front line is pretty insane. They rank 1st in quarterback hurries with 46. And this, mind you, playing one less game than the team behind them, a few of them, including the Browns. They also hurry percentage, sacks, 21 in the league. So with Dak's kind of nagging calf injury, I don't expect him to be able to do Dak things. I mean, maybe he will. We all know the NFL puts those shots straight into we've all seen any given Sunday.
Yeah.
But I'm expecting, like with that nagging injury, I'm kind of thinking that the Cowboys are going to lean on that run game. The Vikings do allow the 3rd most rushing per attempt in the league at 4.08, even though they haven't given up a ton of yards. But that's what they kind of do. They kind of give up that big run play, chasing after the running back. And we've kind of seen Dallas not be afraid to run the hot hand between Pollard and Zeke. So with that nagging injury, and Mike McCarthy came out and said, hey, we got more football to win. There's even whispers of Dak not playing, which I'm sure he will. But I don't think the game plan is going to be him dropping back. I think it's going to be a lot of rushing. I think you throw out Zeke 100% in this game. And, if the Vikings keep it interesting, we could honestly maybe see a shootout because their secondary is pretty banged up. Patrick Peterson gone. It's a young secondary. So I think if they need to, they're going to air it out. But if they can control the game, I could literally see this game going either way, a shootout or just two offenses running the ball to try to control the clock. So I guess we're going to have to see. I'm excited. I'm excited to see my team play on Sunday night because it doesn't happen often as a Vikings fan.
Heck yeah, man. That'd be pretty.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty fun.
A good one.
Yeah.
Vikings need this game bad.
So bad.
3-3. Packers are pulling away.
They needed the Cardinals to win last night.
So I think they're going to be playing with a fire in their building, coming off a bye week. I think it's a dangerous spot for Dallas to be in.
I also didn't mention Christian Darrisaw played last week and looked pretty darn good.
Nice
too. So
all right.
He looked good. He gave up one big-ish play that put Kurt in a situation, but besides that, he played pretty well. So that's the one thing. Kurt, you got Trayvon Diggs who's getting all that hype for all the interceptions, but Kirk Cousins is a pretty accurate quarterback, and he chooses his throws wisely, but he also holds on to the ball for fucking forever. So we'll see.
Sometimes too wisely.
Yeah.
Too wisely. Let me just lay down on the ground with this ball and think about this.
He's playing chess.
Yeah. Okay. He's playing jazz.
He's playing chess, but without the little clock that you have time on the chess.
Oh my God! Cut to Apocalypse, and he's like holding a pawn.
Yeah, I do think this is his best year, though. Even going back to the football team, I think he's been playing really well.
Absolutely, just need to. Hey man, fumble and a missed field goal away from 5-1. So.
Oh, cool! We're doing that now.
Better record than
He's
the Chiefs.
Been doing that for weeks.
Better record than the Chiefs.
Chiefs have a fumble, and I don't know. What were they, an encroachment call away from being back-to-back Super Bowl champions? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Better record than the Chiefs. All right, Christian. 49ers, Bears. Let's go.
Let's get
out of here.
Talk about teams that need a win. This, these two teams still have a chance to make the wild card. It'd be kind of hard, but there's 7 teams that get in now. I think the NFC is pretty top-heavy. There's a lot of really strong teams, and then kind of in the middle. So they both need wins, and they're both coming off bad losses. And I'm just going to say this right now. If Kyle Shanahan is the guy that we think he is, or that the whole world thinks he is.
You all think he is.
Then he needs to beat this Bears team. I mean, you need to get back to where you're at. The Bears are allowing the 23rd most yards on the ground. They are pretty good at keeping people out of the end zone. But use this game to get that classic Shanahan ground game going. And let's fucking use Elijah Mitchell, all right? Last week, they rushed for 57 yards on the first drive of the game with Elijah Mitchell. Then he got 50 for the rest of the game. But it's not like they were stifling him all of a sudden. He averaged 5.9 yards a carry. He had 18 touches. 5 were on the first drive. And then they had 14 more drives, or they had 14 total drives. So on the first one, Elijah Mitchell had 5 touches, produced 57 yards and a touchdown. He averaged 1.2 touches per drive after that. Like, what are you doing? Why'd you pull away? Like, it was working. So let's get him involved. Let's get Ayuk involved. 2 touches for Ayuk. That's not going to do it. I don't know what your problem with him is, Shanahan, but you need to get your playmakers involved. It can't all be Deebo Samuel, especially with George Kittle being hurt. And then you have a guy go off and they just pulled away from him. Literally 13 touches for the rest of the 3 quarters.
It was like a monsoon. Why would you not keep it on the ground?
Amazing on that first drive.
I was shocked that both teams, how much they threw the ball in that game.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
I was like, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, it doesn't matter. But
Yeah, especially with the weather. Like, what are you doing?
this is some risky stuff.
Let's talk about the Bears a little bit. The Bears offense just looks lost when they try to throw the ball. I mean, that's harsh, but they do. They can't block. They can't throw. They're ranking 32nd in yards and touchdowns and first in sacks allowed. Like, they're awful. They need to get the running game going, which is something they've been really good at this year. They're top 10 statistically in most rushing categories, and the 49ers defense has not been great against the rush. So if the Bears are going to pull this out, I think both teams need to just run the fucking ball. And it's not that hard to look at your opponent and see that, unless I'm missing something.
It's just weird to talk about it. Like, you're talking about the 49ers beating the Bears as like a get-right game, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you got to get out there and beat the Bears, you know? It's like, what the fuck is going on in San Francisco?
Yeah.
You know? Obviously, they're underutilizing their star player, Trey Sermon. But beyond that, it's just a whole lot of head
third round's
scratching going on.
The new undrafted.
That's true. At least he's still got both ACLs.
Oh, you're gonna come at Kylan like that?
Hey, dude,
Yeah, what did
I gave you
Kylan
one sermon punch, and now you're
Man.
just out for blood.
Damn.
But yeah, dude, Justin Fields, it's gonna take a minute.
Well, he's got no help. Rookie quarterbacks have to build that confidence. They think they're unstoppable, then they show up in the league and realize, oh, these are some grown-ass men I'm playing against now.
Oh, yeah.
And letting him get sacked more than anyone in the league, not figuring out how to get his weapons involved. Like, where the hell has Allen Robinson been all year? Because when he catches the ball, he still looks good. It's not that he's declining, in my opinion. So they just need to help him out, and they're not doing anything. They just expected Justin Fields to show up and make this team great, and they're not.
Well, to answer your question, I think maybe we can solve two mysteries at once, because hopefully Allen Robinson has been on the phone with Andy Reid all season, and that's why both of them have been a little absent from the success that their teams were expected to have. So,
Do you think Matt Nagy, every time Andy Reid calls him, it's just like it shows up as just like dad?
Daddy.
No, you're not talking to my father, are you?
Darth Reed. That's hilarious.
Oh man, yeah. We need to get like a little clock back here with Matt Nagy, like when he's getting fired.
Right? We'll say, like, you know, that clock's better. A broken clock is better than Matt Nagy. At least it's right twice a day, right? Or,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's too soon for that
Pretty good.
kind of a joke or not, but
We should get a bar graph on how many more yards Elijah Mitchell gets than Trey Sermon.
Trey Sermon, I don't think that's just called a bar.
Well,
Trey Sermon has 2 carries this year.
yeah. So probably as much
that is
as
disappointing, though.
he's gonna have like
Yeah.
at the
take
end
my
of the
shots.
season, I feel like Kylan Hill's still gonna have more yards than him all purpose.
Probably.
But just throwing that out there with an ACL. But yeah, let's move
I like
it
to
along.
take shots, but it is sad to not see Trey Sermon in there. If he wasn't on a team with Elijah Mitchell, I'd be a lot more sad about it.
Yeah, I mean, that was the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know I really liked the guy. I didn't know he's going to get drafted by a shit coach and a godforsaken team. But whatever, you know, that'll happen. You know, it happened to Justin Fields too. So, can't win them all.
right.
When you pick him pre-draft, you got to live with the situation, right?
True.
I own it. I still have love for the man. But if we're talking get-right games, what up, Kansas City? We got the Giants on Monday night. Giants coming off of a huge win, right? 25-3 against the what's up?
That coming.
Yeah, the Panthers, huh? What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
We're only going to do it a little bit. I mean, you know, CMC might have helped their cause, but it becomes a broken record at this point. So what are you going to do? But if you want to talk about broken things, Jabril Peppers got an ACL rupture. It's not a tear. It is a rupture. So that's going to affect their defense a little bit.
Does that not sound worse?
Oh, it's worse.
Is it worse?
A rupture? Yeah, man.
Oh, okay.
I guess,
Yeah.
right?
I feel like
Then
it's
it says,
gotta
like,
be. I just the way you were
prolapsed or-
saying it, you're like, "Don't worry, guys, it's a rupture, not a tear." So I was like,
I just
Yeah,
think
I was
I
like,
keep.
oh, is that not as bad? Like, could we expect to see him back? But
Well, it's like when old Wilson from the Seattle Seahawks,
Yeah.
Russell, when his ligament, it was not torn, that was ruptured. It's like they're using the rupture adjective more, where it's like, is it different? Is it different than tearing it? You know what I mean?
yeah, you say rupture, then they're like, well, we might be able to fix you.
Oh no! I think it's a rupture. It's like just cut the hand off and put it. Like he'll grow a new one. You know, if it was torn, we could mend a tear. You can mend a tear. When it's ruptured, it's like fuck. Like I can't even find all of it. You know what I mean? But that's how I hear it.
Dr. Darther over here.
That's right. That's where I need my monocle. I only got one good eye with the scalpel. So anyway, this team's already 14th, the Giants are 14th in rushing TDs, and they're playing a Kansas City team that is third in rushing TDs allowed. So too bad Saquon not really getting his health up, because this would be a great opportunity for them just to tear KC apart. We know that everyone's been doing that. So Daniel Jones is a little bit of a scooter himself, and possibly maybe he gets after it and shakes those legs a little bit on the ground. But I don't know what to say about Kansas City's defense. Let me see what I have. They're allowing the most touchdowns in the league, fourth most yards, and they are third worst in stopping both third and fourth down attempts. Ooh. So they're playing a lot of football. That defense is playing a lot of football. So I think that if they're really using this game as like a bridge to self-respect, it's not going to go as smoothly. The road is not paved in gold. They still have a really, really crappy defense. And Shepard's back. Kadarius Toney is probably playing this week. The running game has been pretty decent even without Saquon. So I'm not really – I've switched – I expected the Chiefs to beat the Bills. I expected the Chiefs to beat the Titans. And now I hope the Chiefs beat the Giants. So that's the progression of a Kansas City fan in 2021, in the second half of 2021. So
Can I take a moment to say something?
Absolutely.
As a Vikings fan?
Trey Sermon sucks,
No,
right?
as a Vikings fan. Hey,
sorry, reading the room.
As a Vikings fan, welcome back. Welcome back, Kansas City.
Yeah.
It's nice to see you. You're sitting at the lunch table again.
Yes.
I appreciate you. You ignored me for a whole fucking 2 years. Welcome back.
I love
You're
it,
hanging
dude.
out with the cool kids, and now
Now you're back here.
Hey.
Good to see you.
To all my
Give me that pudding, man. We got a better record than you. Shit.
one of these teams will be playing 16 games only this year, and they are from Minnesota. So what up? Anyway,
Chargers.
the Minnesota Chargers.
Chargers.
Okay, all right. So now you're a Chargers fan too. This is getting ugly. But the Kansas City Chiefs, we got 3 startable fantasy players. Is that right?
yeah,
3? You
Yeah.
name 3? All right. Well, New York is 15th in pass yards allowed and 7th in rush yards. I'm not really in it with Darrell Williams yet. I'm not really trusting him in my lineup. So we'll see what happens. Pat Mahomes is tied with Zach Wilson for most interceptions thrown this year at 9. And New York is they've got 10. They're 10th in interceptions. Their defense is 10th in interceptions. So we'll see what it means, man. The thing about all this shit is like the teams the Chiefs keep losing to, they're not like, stellar intercepting defenses. It's just, I don't know. They've got to be able to get this shit figured out. There's enough like definable errors on the offensive side of the ball that they should be able to overcome their shitty defense. They're still crushing it in points, and they're crushing it in yards. We're talking top 3 in these categories. So, what up? Obviously, Tennessee is really, really good, but what are you going to fucking do, What are you going to do? I think Tennessee is going to embarrass a lot of teams this year. Kansas City was just on that list.
True. I'm with you there. But they need to win this game. I mean, can't slip up here. They got the Packers coming to town next week.
Yeah.
Off a mini bye. So they need to take this one.
And then they got to play the Bengals down the stretch. They still got to play the Chargers.
The schedule
2 games
only
against
gets
the
harder
Raiders.
is what I'm saying. So this is one you have to win. If they fuck up here, that's really dangerous for the Chiefs.
Yeah, they'll be playing 16 games. Just like Minnesota. Boom, roasted. Wait, is that a roast?
I don't know, man. All I know is I have one less friend than I had when we started this podcast. I guess I don't know what I did to him, but
It's not you. It's all the Kansas City fans, man.
It's not you. It's me.
Yeah, it's not you. It's me. I'm used to disappointment. I hate watching my friends become successful and move off to Oregon. And
Wow.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. So I'm sorry. I really do root for the Chiefs, except when they play the Chargers. No, I'm just kidding.
or the Bills.
Or the
Minnesota
Bills,
Chargers.
unless they play the Bills or the Vikings. But
all right.
I'll be rooting for them against the Packers. So let's go into the rest of the games here. We can just kind of breeze through this, or we can talk about them. But they're not very exciting games. We're going to start with the Jaguars at the Seattle Seahawks.
Both these teams are better than the Chiefs.
No.
Boom. Wait, are you doing a thing?
Oh, shit. No,
You
DK.
stole my joke, dude.
I know, yeah. I don't know what to say. I mean, we all have shit to say, but DK Metcalf has like half of Geno Smith's passing yards, right?
Yeah.
So
he does not like Tyler Lockett.
I don't think trust either of them, Like maybe this is a time where it's 50-50 and both of them get 8 fantasy points, you know what I mean?
I guess Geno Smith just doesn't like virgins.
Yikes, bro.
Oh.
They can find you now. You live close enough that they will find you.
I'm not. He's a virgin. That's
Good for him.
It's not an insult. Tyler Lockett said he's not gonna have sex till he's get married. He's still not married.
He needs
Geno
to bust
Smith
that
apparently
nut,
is not
man.
a fan of that rhetoric because he's not throwing him the ball.
My God. Well, speaking of virgins, how about Marvin Jones? No, I'm just joking. I don't know. You got anything to say about Seattle? I got just a couple little snippets on the Jags side, but
Same.
I don't really. I actually kind of think the Jags are gonna win this game.
there's
Yeah.
no reason they shouldn't.
Yeah, this is the time you're playing a Geno Smith led team. Let's go, Trevor. Their
Yeah.
defense isn't very
T-Law.
good.
I mean, it's one thing to have your, quarterback out, but also the running game's kind of cobbled together. The defense has never been something to write home about. So
Yeah, they're just falling apart.
Yep.
It does lead to ask the question: is Pete Carroll just completely carried by Russell Wilson? I'm just kidding, because that's always a stupid question. Of course, when you lose your fucking MVP caliber quarterback, your team's not that good.
Right.
yeah, I heard. Never mind.
Uh-oh.
I was just gonna say I heard Pete Carroll's interviewing for that USC job.
Oh, dude, that'd be hilarious, dude.
Oh my God! I'm sorry.
Dude,
it just came out.
You should have just said that.
Yeah.
Dan Arnold time, man. Dan Arnold.
Yeah.
Darnold. The real Darnold.
I don't know, man. Maybe they get it right. LaVisca got 10 targets in that last game before the bye, man.
He did. He did, man.
Could build it up.
I think Urban wasn't running that fucking college-style offense. I said it 2 weeks ago, Agnew, man. I picked him up. We'll see. I don't know. It's moving on to the Washington football team at the Broncos. Jerry Jeudy's back? Question mark. I don't think we have an official report.
I mean, I feel like if he had that setback, let's just wait another week. Let's not ruin Jerry Jeudy's career just to have him play the Washington football team.
Yeah. Teddy
Man.
B, man, about to go off.
I know. I'm really I'm torn. I try not to talk too much about my own teams because no one gives a fuck about my shit. But I'm like, do I play Wentz or Teddy B? Like that's a coin flip. But
I'd do Wentz.
yeah, it feels right. But I don't have too much to say. Javonte is becoming like a PPR machine. Like that's pretty fucking awesome.
That's what we thought would happen.
Yeah, it's going great. You know, he's got it's funny because he's got Melvin Gordon and he had Michael Carter, and like those guys kind of have a similar like versatility, kind of a shifty. And I thought he'd be between the tackles guy, but he's really getting out there and doing like that all around, just kicking ass. Still not getting half. He's not up to 50% of the snaps. Melvin Gordon still has a more predominant role, but as far as the actual fantasy output, it's definitely starting to shift pretty well.
Yeah.
But
Hey, that's what you need.
Start your Cortland Suttons this week,
yeah,
boys and girls.
What up with Logan Thomas is eligible to come off of IR, and I think he's progressing well. So
Yeah, man. They need that back. They really do.
yeah, they really do. It's only Terry over there because we've got Diami Brown's got some injury stuff going on. Curtis Samuel retired at the end of last year, and
Is it AGG time?
I thought I was going to say
He had 4 attempts or 4 targets last game.
yeah, he didn't catch any of them, did he?
No, he didn't.
Yeah, that's true. So, but you know who did get targets was J.D. McKissick. Has gotten 16
Jesus.
targets over the last 2 games.
Let's go.
Just wasting away on benches everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'd never give him up.
For that.
Exactly, man. Let's go Panthers at Atlanta. Panthers Falcons.
Kyle Pitts has arrived.
Yeah, man.
Averaging 9 targets a game over the last 3 games.
It's really nice, dude, when people are like, oh, this is what he's capable of. Hopefully we can expect it. And it's nice to see from a rookie, man. It is really nice.
Yeah, it's been a really cool year for pass catching. Like, Jamar Chase, I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. And then Kyle Pitts. Like, normally it's like, let's make a big deal about these guys and then wait 2 years. And they're like, hey, like, what up? We are who you thought we were immediately.
We're here, yeah.
And they're just smashing it. You better keep typing.
It very rarely happens, but yeah, I'm glad that it's happening with a few people. Jamar Chase, Kyle Pitts, Elijah Mitchell. The guys we thought were going to be studs.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm having a down year. Trey Sermon's the only one of my rookies draft picks that hasn't spent like 8 games on IR for a concussion this year. So,
oh shit.
thanks, Trass.
TMJ.
Yeah, Dwayne Eskridge, Rashad Bateman.
Oh,
Just
Well, Rondale Moore looks great.
Yeah,
That's one of your guys. I know you don't have him.
right.
That's one of your
I
guys.
like him.
that
I like
you're into.
Kadarius a lot as well.
Yeah.
So
you got some guys looking good.
yeah, man.
for Sharks, definitely. We're gonna find out about Larry Roundtree potentially.
Ooh.
He's serious, man. Like he's got for a backup, he's doing a pretty good splits. So
Yeah. Well, if we're going to talk about a rookie on the Chargers, it'll be Josh Palmer. But
really,
watch for him after this bye week, everybody.
You got
Trey
it.
McKitty.
Oh my
Yeah.
Is
god!
gonna die.
Yeah.
There you go.
You heard it here first. One of us is not going to survive the weekend.
But Larry Roundtree does have 22% of the carries in that offense, so it's not nothing.
Yeah. Well, let's round out these last 2 games. Since we already talked Jamar Chase, let's go ahead and do the Bengals at the Jets.
Or we just say fuck the Panthers because I'm cool with that.
Yeah, fuck the Panthers, man.
Yeah.
Sammy D, you're not even the real DeArnold, man. Y'all got rid of the real DeArnold.
Chuba Hubbard looks all right though. He's still looking good, man.
Yeah, dude.
For sure.
He's looking mighty nice.
I only circled back so I could hear you say that because it's true.
Yeah, it's going to be a shame when CMC comes back.
Yeah, boy.
Let's go Bengals Jets, man. I think this is kind of like Jamar Chase. I think he's just going to continue his dominance, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This ain't
Yeah,
the,
I mean, the
ain't the
Jets are gonna get
Patriots, but
crushed.
they'll put up some points.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of was hoping that Michael Carter would keep that going out of the bye week, and even though they got destroyed last week, he definitely had a great game.
He looked good, and he was on the field for 72% of the offensive snaps. So
Yeah.
it's safe to say he took that role over.
For sure, and led the team in receiving yards as well, right? So
Yeah. There you go.
pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And then no Corey Davis, no Zach Wilson this week. So what's up? Is it Elijah Moore time?
That would be nice.
He's definitely helped questionable quarterbacks do pretty well. No, Matt Corral is pretty good quarterback.
He's pretty good.
Mike White this week with the Jets.
Yeah, he's
man.
only thrown 2 picks in half a game. It's not a Mahomes pace.
Yeah, man. Mahomes
But
loving
yeah, I mean,
this.
the Bengals are just going to kick the shit out of the Jets. The Bengals are going to eat the Jets' lunch and then buy them a new lunch to apologize and then eat that lunch as well.
Love it.
I actually ate most of it on the drive over.
You know what? I'm really excited for.
Talking shit on the Chiefs and Trey Sermon.
100%. But even more, this might be an opportunity for Auden Tate to show out.
Like the 2 games where T. Higgins missed.
Oh, shit. Yeah. It's like, beating up on that little brother. Hey, why don't we just throw in the nobodies, see what they can do. So last game, Rams at the Texans. Obviously,
Another beat down.
yeah. It'll be interesting, man. We'll see if it's funny. I've been seeing all this David Johnson hype shit, and I was like, oh shit, it's gonna go off, and I was like, oh, they're playing the Rams. Never mind. Never mind.
Boo this man. Boo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. What is it? I wonder what the spread is on this game.
No, it's got to be
Like 35 points.
Probably, I think it's
15 and a
like
half.
something like that. I do want to say, like, it was kind of weird last week that
Wow, holy shit, I'm good. 15 and a half on the nose.
Damn.
Sorry.
wow, my God, that's
Sorry,
impressive.
that got me really excited.
You nailed it, dude.
All right, dude, you got it on the third take. That's impressive, dude.
I was,
I'm just kidding.
I was just gonna say the Rams only had a 17-16 lead going into halftime against the Lions last week. So
That's a
Well, that was that
revenge game.
Jared Goff revenge game right there.
yeah,
bro.
yeah. Well, Robert Woods was 6 for 6 in that game. I guess just wasn't targeted in the red zone or whatever.
Fucking Cooper.
Yeah, they got to
Sure.
find that balance for sure
Yeah.
between him and Cooper Kupp. I mean, as much as I love Cooper Kupp exploding as a Cup owner,
I've got
They-
a couple
they need
cups
balance.
in my cabinet too. But I
they need
also
balance in that
small
passing
woods.
game for sure.
I own a van.
Oh yeah, you do. Van Jefferson coming out. Deshaun Jackson, he gone.
True that. Tutu Atwell hasn't played a snap since that fumble on the on the kick. That's true.
Maybe they realized drafting a tiny ass dude to run kickoffs back isn't going to work for you very well.
Right.
That's a lesson the Cardinals just learned too.
Oh,
Woo. But I do got to say, my dudes, my men. I know that the Titans just whooped up on a shitty defense last week, but we got to give some props to the Bengals, man. They look like a cat playing with their fucking food, playing the Ravens
the
last
Ravens?
week,
Yeah,
man.
Oof.
That was insane. I know that the Titans embarrassed the Chiefs, but the biggest ass whooping of the week was the Bengals.
oh
I'm
yeah,
with you.
that's division, son.
I know, in
You-
division, right? God
That's
damn.
awesome.
It's a closed fist to the mouth, my friend.
Yeah, dude.
Love
did
seeing
it.
the Bengals be good.
So start every fucking
Bungle.
you
Bengal,
got
including
Chris Evans,
Auden Tate,
Samaje
Pirine, Osama.
Uzama.
Chris Evans, another RDR favorite. Don't
Yeah.
start him, but he's looking good. Like they're using him well.
Yeah, man. I think he's got a little nagging injury. I don't know if he's playing this week.
Oh, is he not?
I
didn't
don't
see
think
that.
so.
But regardless, he still looked good so far.
Yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. And that defense was tight, and they're about to have the number one defensive week of the
Yeah,
whole
if you can get the Bengals
NFL.
defense in redrafts, I guess waivers have already gone through. But you should have done that.
Yeah.
I didn't. But well, fucking thanks for joining us. Week 8 RDR,
week 8
man.
RDR, man. Bringing the fire, bringing the heat.
That's right, man. All bets are off, you know. Bring it up. Let it happen.
Christian, what's the over/under of how many views we're gonna get on this video? 11.
8.5.
I'll take the under.